Be quiet.
Mic check, mic check. Can you guys hear us now? Hello, is it me? I can't hear.
Nope.
I
Can
don't
you guys
think
hear us now?
Okay, she can hear. Okay, good. Hello, everyone. Perfect. Okay, I'm glad. Yeah. Got to press one little button.
Yep.
Makes the biggest difference. How's everybody's night going? I guess we have to do our intro again.
Okay. So, welcome to the Power Trip Podcast Live. You're now tuned into our Thursday evening chat with your hosts,
Charmaine
and Saquon.
every Thursday, for all of you who are new, we get together to discuss controversial topics surrounding family, relationships, and community. We have three main goals. Our first goal is to strengthen communication skills within our community. Our second goal is to gain a greater perspective and understanding. And last but certainly most important, we want to uplift families. We want to build exceptional families that will uplift the world around us.
Yep.
Okay.
All
So how are
right.
you guys all doing? Thank you guys, of course, for joining. We have some loyal people. We love you.
Yes, we do. We do.
All right. So I guess we can just jump in.
All right. Yeah, we can just jump into it.
All
What's the
right.
first one you want to start with?
So, well, you wrote it. So the first one that we're going to talk about are Latchkey kids.
Okay. You said I wrote it?
Yeah, on the Facebook post.
Okay. So basically, Latchkey kids. If you don't know, Latchkey kids are kids that get left home alone, or sometimes after school they're coming home to an empty house.
Right.
No parents, no supervision.
Yes. So do you guys think there is an appropriate age that children should be left or could be left at home without adult supervision? Yay or nay? And then if so, what age do you think is appropriate for a child to be left home by themselves?
Yeah.
What do you think, babe?
I think it's okay to leave a child at home, but maybe I could see like 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
I could kind of see it around there. I'm trying to think about how I was at 13. Maybe 13, but I'd say 14 for sure.
14.
But yeah, I think I was cool at 13, but let's just say 14. So 14, 15, I think might be an okay age, because for the most part, what are they doing? As long as you left them food and stuff like that, they should really be good. Other than that, I'm not for it. What about you?
So I'm kind of like tossed on it. So I do think that there are children who are capable of being left home by themselves, right? And I think there's 10-year-olds who are capable of, not getting into trouble or getting into anything. Now, personally, would I leave my children at home by themselves? Right now, I'm not a parent yet, but just thinking, I probably wouldn't until maybe like 14, 15, kind of like you said. And not that I wouldn't trust my children to be at home by themselves, but it's just like there's so many things that could happen. And so, like, okay, and I agree. So everyone, like a lot of people are saying that has to do with maturity of the child, which I definitely agree plays a big factor. But I just think about, like, God forbid, something catch on fire or someone breaks in the house and things that, like, even as adults, we could accidentally, like, there's been adults who accidentally burn their house down and things of that nature. And it's just like things can happen. So that would be more so my worry than my child being capable of, or being not capable of staying home by themselves. Like, I think their children can be capable of doing it. I would just worry. I would just, be so nervous. Like, I'd have to have cameras around the house and be able to check in on them. And I know growing up, like, we were left home by ourselves. My oldest sister, though, she was at least, I'd say when we got left home, like she was mature enough to like watch us all. We had the emergency numbers. We could go to our neighbors. So it's like, and then for the longest time we had nannies. So, for a while we weren't left in. Yeah. And then once we got to a certain age, then my mom felt comfortable.
Okay. Huh. So Aunt Chichi says, I would say it depends on the maturity of the child. Depending on how long they will be without supervision too is important to consider.
Yep. And then Gabe said it too.
Yes. I'll put it up already.
So you did say.
But yeah, he did say that. And she also said, you must set ground rules too and know if your child is a knucklehead. I think that's very valid.
Yeah.
Because for me, I was the oldest one when we were getting left in the house for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I think I was like 13, 12, 13. Mm-hmm. 13 probably. But you know, some of my siblings could be wild. So it's just, it was just kind of like, it could be chaotic too.
And so that's the thing too. You may be okay, but then if you have to watch younger siblings who may not listen to you because you're their sibling, they feel like you're an equal versus the parent, the authority, then that may be difficult as well.
Yeah, that's a whole different situation.
Yeah. And then I think a lot of times too, it depends on like why, like what reasons would you have to leave your child home by themselves?
True.
And I feel like a lot of times for people, it's because of like work. Sometimes parents have to work, and especially if you're in a single parent household and you have to work, then you may have to leave your child home. I do know like there's some parents who leave their children home because it's a lot to deal with, bringing all their children to the grocery store or, you know, to do errands and things of that nature.
Right.
But I agree with Aunt Chichi said too. It's like, it depends on how long. Oh, hi, Sandra. It really depends on how long you're going to be leaving your children in the house. Oh, let's see. See, I'm not that great with Espanol. I know there's something that says to the our Puerto Rican cousins. You want to help us translate? See that.
If they can see it.
Friend and the two.
We need help with translation.
And the extra. But yeah, okay. And while you guys do that, we can play with the punny.
Okay. We have 2 clips, actually. So we just knock them out.
Okay, Tom from Facebook says, there should be a law that kids should be at least 13 years old before you can leave them home alone. Tom, I got to tell you, I was at that house alone for way before that. I had an older sister, and we were just hanging out. And my mom would tell the neighbors she was running to the store or whatever she was doing, and the neighbors, if they heard one thing wrong or saw one thing that didn't look good, came to that door, knocked on there, and said, what are y'all doing? I will tell your mother. And that's how we behaved. The community raised us as well as my mom.
Yeah, different times for sure. Rachel from Facebook says, depends on the child, and it's no one's business unless the kid is younger than 7 years old. Rachel, write in the law. Don't stay out of my business unless it's 7. I think a lot of factors go into this. What child you are. If you're the first child, it's going to be a lot later. If you're the last child like me, I was running a roost at 5. But I think a lot goes on to it, especially now with in-house cameras. I'd be a little more apt to let my kids do their own thing. But I think it depends on their maturity level and a lot of different aspects.
That's a good point. All right. Kathy from Twitter says it should be illegal and considered child abuse to leave your 7-year-old at home. No kid is mature enough at that age. Yeah, 7 is a little young, but you know, I think it goes back to what Jess said. It's all about where your kid is on the maturation scale. I don't think that I think I would have been fine at home just because I was too naive to have done anything. But now I worry because Lindsay, you were talking about, you know, if somebody heard somebody yell, then they would call it. I think it's worse than that now because there's the internet, so your kids are exposed to more nefarious things that are quiet, less than like a window breaking, and more of just like somebody slowly kind of grooming your kid over the course of months. You know, having a couple hours to talk to your kid unobstructed.
Good point. Well, Susan from Facebook says no child should be left alone until they are teenagers. It's scary to think what could happen to younger kids left alone.
Yeah, let's leave teenagers home alone.
Yeah. For the first time. Yeah, I agree with Al that the threat really is coming from a place that probably isn't even in the vicinity of where your child is. But I grew up very differently because Big Mama was always there if my parents weren't there. So I got away with nothing, and I wasn't left alone until I had my own home. So that's how it goes sometimes.
That's real.
Hey, overbearing.
I feel like in New York, well, I was like also taking the train at like 15, going to the city. Like, it's just because my dad worked on trains, so it was like, I don't know, I guess it was a different lifestyle back then. But I said I would never let my kids do some of the things that I was.
And you turned out fine.
So as far as figuring out that maturity level, what are some of the things we should look for that would help make that decision for us to decide whether to leave them home or not?
Great question. So one of the most difficult things is figuring out, is your child already doing these routines on their own? So there's things that every parent wants to know that their kid's doing. When you come home, are you locking the door? Are you going to the Doritos, or are you having a healthy snack? So if your kid is already adhering to a pretty healthy routine and a safe routine, you'll be a lot more comfortable knowing that once you're not home, they've already got that routine in place and they'll continue with it.
Okay.
Is there anything a parent can do to prepare their child for being home alone? You know, special tools you might use, or procedures, checklists, anything like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I think there's kind of two approaches. One, what the parents should be doing, like creating lists. So you have their phone number, the pediatrician's phone number, neighbor's phone number, poison control. Every number that you can think of should be posted, as well as 911. Because when you're anxious and there's an emergency going on, sometimes even remembering 911 could be a challenge. And then preparing the house itself. So, maybe hide the alcohol or lighters, or, if you have guns, make sure the guns are hidden away. Yes. So prepare the house, and then prepare your child. Because a lot of kids will know, they'll be able to tell their parents, I just don't feel comfortable. I just don't feel like I'm ready. And then you can figure out what it is that they're worried about, and you can kind of shore up whatever weaknesses they feel that they have.
Okay, to help better prepare them. Now, what if you have 2 kids, or 3 kids for that matter, and one older one and some younger ones? How do you determine if that's okay to leave the older one alone with the younger ones in charge of them?
That's tricky, but I think a lot of times parents have a good idea of how good their kid's judgment is. So if there have been times in the past where there's been an emergency that's arisen, how has the older child taken care of the younger kids, or what have they done? Have they had a good head on their shoulders, or will they need to be taught, you need to be doing this. This is when you would call 911. This is when you call the neighbors. This is when you would call me. It varies from kids.
So what do you guys think? No, for real. What do you guys think about that? We love you too, and miss you as well.
We do.
Something's wrong with you. Yeah, but what do you guys think though? Or pretty much we agreed for pretty much a lot of it. What are some ground rules that you guys set with your children if you were to leave them at home alone?
Hey, Dolly.
I know one for us was don't answer the door for nobody.
Yeah, we had that one. Don't answer the door for anyone.
At all.
Yep.
Oh, and hey, my G.
Yeah, we had I wonder if that was it. I don't really remember too many rules. Like, I know it was don't answer the door for anyone. They already had like dinner or lunch or whatever food. They told us, what food would be there. Yeah, don't answer the door was huge. And then let's see. That was probably it, of course.
Yeah.
Do your homework, get whatever done, needs to be done. If there's chores or something we had to do. I'd say that was about it. But it wasn't like too many rules.
We didn't really have
Mama
rules.
J, don't touch anything.
I don't remember that rule, but okay.
Probably can't go like in her room. We're supposed to be on the computer.
Yeah. That's true. So yeah, don't touch nothing. We were supposed to just be sitting there.
Just sitting there. Just waiting for them to get back.
Yep.
So hey everyone who is just catching in and joining us.
Yes.
Welcome to the Thursday evening chat.
Hola. With
We're
your host
Charmaine
and Saquon.
Tonight we are discussing a few topics. Our first topic is latchkey kids. Is it okay to leave your child at home by themselves? And if so, what age? And what are the ground rules? Yeah, I feel like I would just need the cameras.
By now, like where we at in this world now, right? Yes, we were. My mother said we were not left home alone often, and definitely not for too long. We had a few days, quite a bit of days.
You didn't know if they were coming back?
Not like that. Not like that. Never. It was never like overnight type stuff.
Yeah, she said, no, you were not. Gabe said, get the ring app. Yes, get the Ring app.
Yeah. So now I'm definitely gonna have cameras, like, you know, just for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like you can never be too careful. And like I said, it's not about not trusting your child to be able to handle it. Like if you think they're mature enough and they can do it, then that's one thing. But God forbid anything else happen. Like you want to be able to have visual on it. And also I think it's important if you do that to probably have a neighbor or somebody close who can attend to your children if needed, and you know, in a rush.
Yeah, if you could have that, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So basically, like if she worked 3 to 11, right?
Mm-hmm.
She would be gone by the time it was time for us to come home. And
from school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Irvin would probably come home like 6 or something like that.
So 3 hours.
Yeah, 6, maybe 6. You know, maybe a little bit after that. You get what I'm saying?
So not too long.
Or you know, we had to, if they go food shopping. We never was really there when they went food shopping. So stuff like that. Like
So not too long. Not like all day.
No. I'm not saying all day, but we had our days where we had our hours in the house.
Yeah, and probably if you're bored and not much to do, it may feel longer than what it actually is too.
Yeah, most of the time I do.
Yeah.
Because you don't have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You probably want to go outside or do something.
Yeah, if you can't go outside. See, so for us, we could go outside because of where we lived. We had a large backyard, and we were so far away from like the street. Like we were, you know, not in the woods, but like our house was like our driveway was super long.
Yeah, we never had that. Even the houses now, you see that they don't have that.
Yeah,
so.
No. But yeah, so we would just go outside in our backyard and do our, you know, have our fun. But yeah, okay. So I guess we all kind of agree. It depends on the maturity of the child. Did you guys? Hey, Auntie Vivi.
Hey, what's up, Auntie Vivi?
Glad you made it. So we're discussing whether or not it's okay to leave children by themselves, and if you think it's okay, what age is appropriate. I was just about to say something too about that. I forgot. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Man, I really forgot.
Was it about how many hours about staying in the house?
No, I think it was kind of around. Okay. There was a story. Did you guys see the story where there was this young lady, and she actually got arrested because she left her 2-year-old. She left 2 children. I don't remember both ages, but I know one was like 2. In a hotel room where she was staying because she had to go to work. And she had one of the hotel neighbors, like the hotel person who was staying in the room like next door to her, checking in. But someone else must have called TPS and she was arrested for that. Did you guys see that one?
I seen that.
I thought that was interesting. Do you think she should have been arrested for that?
It's tough, you know, because I think when I was listening to it, there was no necessarily like a law to how old a kid had to be to leave them alone. But I kind of factor in that this is a hotel and not your home. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of factor that into where there's other people there's other strangers that have access to this room.
That's
for
true.
You to be leaving your kids like this.
True. However, it's not like she was out partying or, you know, just being irresponsible. Like she's trying to make a living to provide for them. No,
after she go to court and get to talk and, you know, then cool. But you still that's still a sense of neglect, like leaving them here. And if somebody's checking on them, they might as well be watching them.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is in a lot of states, they actually don't have a law against leaving your children home by themselves.
I think Arizona's like that.
They don't have the law?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And some of them, if they do have the law, it's like, I think the age is like really young. So I think that's really interesting. Hey, G.
Hey, what's up, G?
Oh, you have 2 young, beautiful babies. So we're discussing whether or not it's okay to leave your children home by themselves. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yay or nay? And then what age, if you do think it's okay?
Poppy said as soon as he can handle a gun. Just kidding.
Well, that shucks. I would train my child for that too, actually, to know how to protect themselves.
Right. Chi-Chi said, what are your thoughts about leaving kids in the car to run into the store?
That's a good one.
Age. It's up to the age. And I kind of feel like around the same age.
I've seen younger kids in cars. This other day, actually, I seen a younger kid.
Yeah, I don't think the young kid needs to be sending. I'm gonna take my kid with me, but you know, around that age where it's like 14, 15, and maybe I didn't let you touch the car a few times. You get what I'm saying?
You don't think a 10-year-old could be in the car by themselves?
Why am I leaving you outside?
What if they just didn't want to go in the store with you? They hate when you go in shopping.
Well, I brought you with me, so you coming with me.
So then how come a 14, 15-year-old can stay in the car? Because you brought them with you.
They probably just wanted to get out the house because if you going by my age, you could have stayed home. You get what I'm saying? You could have stayed home. So I'm okay with you staying in the car.
No.
Just for real. I'm okay with you staying in the car. So you could keep it on too. Just lock the doors.
What do you think a 14-year-old would do different than a 10-year-old being in the car?
What do I think?
Like, why do you think it's fine for a 14-year-old in the car while you're in the store versus a 10? Like, what do you think is the difference between the two?
I just think about, and I guess I'm putting it into who I am, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, sure, I kind of never would have did any of this. Thinking about myself, when I was 10, I did stay in it. Oh, so okay, here we go. Okay,
with your nana?
Yes, experience. When I was like 10 and stuff like that, I did not listen. I did not listen. Mm-hmm. Especially if you told me to stay in the car at a place that I was comfortable.
You were getting out the car.
I was out of the car. I was definitely out of the car. Mm-hmm. I got whoopings for that. Mm-hmm. Yes. So I think it's about mentality now, and discipline. Mm-hmm. Now, probably that too, I guess.
So it goes back to maturity.
Yeah, but then again, like I was getting whoopings the same place from the same tree.
You just didn't learn.
Yeah, I just wasn't.
You're immature.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I was just flat out immature. Mm-hmm. Now, when I became around 15, it was like I'm just chilling. Like I don't have the same desire to just do those type of things. You get what I'm saying?
And also I think personality, because some children I feel like are just more like you can't sit that long.
Right.
So it may not even be necessarily maturity, maybe lack of self-control, but you want to get up, move, and do things. So sitting in the car, like maybe the first 10 minutes you sit there and listen, but then okay, Nana, you're taking a little bit long. Right. Now you want to get out, get some fresh air, and do things.
Yeah, and then that's tough too, because then if you did let them touch the car a few times, you got to start contemplating whether or not they're going to do something. Yeah. Depending on what type of child they are. So I don't even think it's an age thing. It's just all about who the child is.
I know.
Especially
I do think
with
it's
the car.
Age thing, because there's been cases of people leaving infants in the car. And I remember when the guy, I think we seen a video, guy was trying to break the glass because there was a baby left in the car while that woman was getting her hair done for 8 hours and left her baby in that hot car.
That's ridiculous though. That's
crazy.
No, that don't even make sense
at all. That's just neglect. Hey, Cousin Let.
Hey, what's up, Cousin Let? Yeah, that makes zero sense.
Yeah. So I definitely think age plays a role. Like I wouldn't leave a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old or, a child who doesn't know how to open up the window or the door to, if it gets too hot and things. And I definitely, to add on to that, so everyone who's just joining, welcome. Right now we were talking about leaving children home by themselves. And then Chi brought up a great question about leaving children in the car while you run into the store. So I think, definitely age, like you don't want to leave a young child in there. So would you guys leave the child in the car with it on, or only if the car is off? What would you do?
No, I would never leave my car. And that's part of why I'm like, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's part of my thing about leaving the kid in the car. I don't think I would want to leave my kid in the car with the car off.
Right, because then there's no air, there's no circulation. Well, I mean, you can have the windows down, but I wouldn't even have the windows down, God forbid, because then someone
it defeats the purpose.
Yeah, guys, it's dangerous in these streets.
Yeah, it defeats the purpose, the whole purpose of everything. Yeah. I mean, you could say, "Oh, well, I took the key, the windows down, so nobody could drive away," but somebody could still snatch it. Yeah, so. Yeah. And then I'm not gonna lie, like you keep your kid in the car with the door closed, that almost just increased the chances of them wanting to open the door for some air or something. Just cause. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Maybe we just like, no, just ride in the cart.
You start losing oxygen, your brain start giving you every other reason to say it's okay to open this door.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I would until they're at least in their teens. I do think like when you start to become a teenager, it's a little bit safer. As far as, you may have your own phone by then, so you can quickly call me if something is happening, and you know how to open the door, lock it, unlock it. Yeah. I trust that you're not going to be joyriding in the parking lot.
You're not going to joyride, but if you see me about to get a ticket, you can move the car.
No, you should not be parked in the wrong spots. All right. So, I don't know if we're delayed or we're just not getting those responses. All right. Well, if you guys want to answer those questions, feel free. If not, let's move on to our next topic.
Okay. Let's see. What's going to be the next topic? Ready?
Yeah.
All right. So for the next topic, we're going to say godparents. Choosing godparents. How do you go about choosing godparents for your child?
Or do you choose godparents for your child?
Do you choose godparents for your child or not? And what are the requirements if you do? What characteristics or traits does a person need to have for you to feel like they're a good candidate
for to be a godparent?
Right.
So let's see these comments before because they might be lagged. Okay.
Aunt Chichi said, before the pandemic, I would never have left my daughter in the car by herself. But she's so opposed to wearing masks that I just cannot fight with her every single time we have to go in the store. That's crazy.
He is fighting for her rights.
So at that point, do you just leave her at home?
In the car. Probably may feel safer in the car
than
at home because it's like you're right there.
Okay. I guess if something was happening to give them more of a chance to get to you, maybe.
Yeah. That's cute. Oh, Pora.
And yes, cousin, like we were talking about the Latchkey kids.
Yes, we were. But now we are talking about godparents. And yes. I don't know, there might be like a lag from you guys hearing what we're saying.
Yeah, I feel like it's at least a 10-second maybe.
Okay.
I feel like.
Okay.
But as far as godparents, let's play a little clip real quick. Okay.
That is probably one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make for my children, is choosing their godparents.
Right. Is that a necessity? Do you have to do it?
I think if you're thinking of the future, you want the best. Yes, the what ifs. You want the best for your children, and automatically, for me, I didn't want to upset any family members.
Yeah.
So when I was thinking of the godparents for my children, I was focusing on the parental guidelines, like how these parents actually parent their children.
So do they have to have had children?
Yes.
Oh,
for me.
you guys.
For me.
and Adam.
I want them to have.
All right, I'm out.
I want them to have had experience.
Okay.
And also,
Damn, you really thought about this.
Yeah, you really have to think about it. It's
Yeah.
actually very, very, very important.
Okay.
For me, and then also, I just wanted to see their lifestyle, like how they lived, their lives, and where they live.
Yeah.
So my children's godparents are actually my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, Eric and Hannah.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are Adam's.
Are Adam's. Adam's brother is Eric, and his wife is Hannah.
Okay.
And I'm not Cree's godparent at all either.
Yeah.
That's my sister's son. And I felt like their life paralleled with Adam and I's.
Yes.
So it just made the decision a lot easier. I mean, I wanted my mama to be my kid's godparent, but then my mom was like, no, honey, you can't do that. I'm older. They have to be, I guess, a little bit younger, because you want them to live a very long life in case something
Have you
happens.
ever asked?
Okay. So, godparents, do you feel like do you feel like it's a need to have a godparent, or more so just like a want?
I think that it's a want and a need, a half and half.
Why?
It depends on your family dynamics, I believe, and if you have a big family or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people don't have like cousins, siblings, they don't have all of that sometimes. And, they may need to have some type of sense of security.
Right.
To say, like, if something happened to me, then I know that these people will take care of my child.
Right.
And they may even just have their parents. But like she said, nah, you can't pick me to be your godparent.
Right.
Like, I'm too old.
A godparent's supposed to possibly either like outlast you or be there, God forbid something happened to you.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay.
What'd you think about it?
So for me, I've growing up, we all have godparents.
Mm-hmm.
Like Auntie BB, she's my aunt and my godparent.
Okay.
And so to me, I see the benefit in it. I do think it's it is a security thing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. It's to make sure that if I pass, I know these people have made a commitment to look after my children.
Right.
And so I do think it's very beneficial.
Yeah.
And so what qualities would you look for in a godparent? Hey, cousin Alethea.
Man. Hey, cousin Alethea. Shoot, that's tough. It's not that tough, I guess. I want to hear what other people think first, though. What do y'all think? Do you guys think that it is important to have godparents for your child?
Mm-hmm.
And what are the qualities? Gabe says stability, how long you have known them, and same religion as you. That's interesting. Same religion as you. I never thought about that at all.
I think it's important. I think you want to make sure they have similar values, morals, and views as you. Okay. Because you want, whatever you would pour into your children, granted, no one's going to do it the same as you would, but you want something as close as possible. God forbid you do pass on early. It's like you want someone else who's going to put those same foundational qualities into your children.
Right. Your child shouldn't feel as if they're starting over.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying. Cousin Les says, with my oldest son, his dad's family are Hebrew and Black Jews, and I know nothing about that culture. So we chose his family that could teach him that if anything happened, which worked out. His dad passed. Okay.
Yeah. So I do think that's important, especially because it's pretty much, it's your child. So it's your vision on how you want to raise them.
Right.
And if you can't be here to do that, you want to make sure you're leaving them with people who are going to raise them similar to how you would.
True.
So I think, that's a good one.
So what else? Some other qualities that you'd say?
So I would definitely I would hope that the person I'm leaving them with has a family of their own as well. Like, either married or, in a committed relationship with children, possibly of their own also, so that they have other, children that they can grow up with.
Right.
And then I would also want them to be, educated, knowledgeable.
Same.
And I would want them hopefully to also be financially savvy. Because these are all the things.
Savvy or stable?
All of the above. Because these are things that I want to teach my child. So, I would pray that if I was taken before, my elderly years and I had a child at the time, that I would have already set things into place to where they would be financially okay.
Okay.
But I would want whoever's, taking care of them not to just use that money all willy-nilly.
Yeah. You thinking the double play. I didn't think like that, but I get what you're saying.
I'm thinking and I also want them to have the knowledge on how they can still be successful and, the things that we would instill and teach to them.
Right.
Double play.
Right. Nah, I feel you on that. Auntie Vivi says, that's right, I'm your godmom, and if anything ever happened to your parents, Uncle Mike and I were always willing to step up, just like your mom is Janae's godmother. And that's really what I think it's about. I just want somebody to be able to step up just as much as me. You get what I'm saying? Just, you need to be able to pour that same energy into my kid. And I have to have seen it.
Yeah.
I had to have seen that type of care and love from you to, choose you for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think that's the most important. The other things are definitely desires and they're, up there. But the most important is how you treat people, the love that you do show to other people, how you treated me, our relationship. So, that I truly trust that you're going to do everything in your power to raise my child the best way possible.
Right.
So I agree. That one is the most important. Gabe says, when you're younger, it's harder to choose because not everyone your age has kids yet. That's true.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And Cousin Les said, godparents are also mentors, aunties, uncles that your child can go to when they can't talk to you. In some cases, they need to be different than you.
Yeah. And I think, first off, before I say this, right, would it be difficult for you to pick a godparent for your first child?
Right now? Right in this moment?
Yes.
Would it be difficult? No.
No? So you already know who you would pick?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. With that being said, you're right, Gabe. I don't think the person actually has to have kids and stuff, to...
Oh, true. Because the person I would pick doesn't have children yet. But I know they're going to have children.
Right.
And I know their qualities and how they are as a person.
Yeah, but they would get... that's why I had to make sure I was saying this. But they would get that role with or without children.
True, but I know they want to have children.
No, yeah, we do know that they want to.
Okay, yes. Maybe they don't have to have children right this instant. But I wouldn't want to leave my child with someone who does not enjoy children. There's people who never want kids. Who never, they're like, no, I don't want that.
No, yeah, you don't leave somebody. No, you don't. Yeah. If somebody's like that, why would I pick you?
Yeah. But they may be your closest friend and you still may get along really well and stuff, but they just may be like, I don't want children.
At that point, you would have to trust that person would step up to the plate, I guess.
I'm going to trust what you said and you are not getting the job.
Even if they're the closest person to you like that?
It also depends on why they don't want children. So it's if I know they really just don't want them, that's just not a responsibility they want to take on. No, because you ain't gonna jack up my poor baby. Like, they didn't ask for this life.
No, some people could, I think, in my opinion, I think some people could be, let's say this person was single, right? Mm-hmm. And they was this person's best friend. Mm-hmm. I think that, yeah, they probably didn't want kids of their own or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But if something was to happen to you, being that you just as close as to them as you were to them, they would, step it up just because that they accepted that role.
Be in their life and probably check in, but that wouldn't be who my child would be living with. Okay. Like, but they would always, I know they would always be there. But if you don't want them full time, you ain't getting them full time.
Okay.
Alrighty. We read that one.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
No, did we?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cousin Les says, so they can help balance things. If you're strict, godparents need to be more friends with your kids. My brother and his wife are de facto godparents to my kids because we're so close. We're so close. Who would you leave your kids?
Who you would leave your kids with?
Who you would leave your kids to will? Blah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Who you would leave your kids to will change as you grow as your friends group and or family members grow up and situations change is different than godparents.
So, Cousin Let, you're saying that sometimes the people you actually would leave your child to aren't even their godparents. So then what's the role of the godparent?
No, that's true. I get it. I
get it. So what's the role of the godparent?
The role of a godparent is to do everything that you said. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? But let's say if I had a kid at 20, mm-hmm. who would have been a godparent in my mind to now?
Yeah, that's true. Things would change. things would definitely change.
There you go.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's, I do. Okay, I can see that.
It starts out the same, but can and will shift.
Yeah, as you grow and mature, your friends change, family dynamics change, that your perspective on things will change as well.
Right.
Okay, I like that. Always be open with children.
Yeah.
Always be open to change with children. Remember, like how Sam said, he's like, when we had counseling, premarital counseling, he was like, don't ever like get into too many big arguments about what you're going to do with your children and stuff in the future, because once you have children, everything changes.
Yeah. I mean, and it's just saying, as the person you might have picked to be a godparent might be on some different type of stuff later.
Yeah, that's true. Life happens. Yeah. And people change. You change. Yeah. So your perspective and your mindset will all shift.
You mess around and realize you just made the wrong decision.
Yeah. That's true. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
So, guys, last topic of the night. Okay. This one, we'll just start here. So this one, what type of swimwear is appropriate for a child?
Yes. And we're going to play a clip right away just to get this knocked out. Okay.
Oh, hold on. Let's read the comments real quick because it might be about what we just talked about.
Okay. Yes. Chichi says, the godparents I chose for my eldest children, I don't even speak to anymore. I wouldn't have imagined that would be the case. Kind of mind blowing.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like what you were saying at 20, who you would have chose, you don't even speak to anymore.
Right.
That's true.
For the last 7 years of my life, I went 4 years without talking to that person.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, that's really true. And it is mind blowing because you would imagine that that's somebody who's so close to you. Like they would never, they would always be your friend, always be there. And, unfortunately things happen. Or maybe fortunately, everything happens the way it's supposed to. Hey, Dame.
But yeah, what's up, Damien? And yeah, we're kind of wrapping up the godparent portion now.
Because let's let you have it, Dame. Yes, we need to talk to your people. You stay late. Dang, calling you out. All right, so let's play this quick clip. So we're now, Dane, since you're here, we're talking about what swimwear is appropriate for children.
Yes. And we're going to get us to a clip real quick. 1 second. Here we go.
Well, I think that they are, in a day where we've got so much social media and children are so overexposed in every way and they're trying to look like adults, I think that this is one way that we can try and keep children children, and I think that bikinis sexualize children at a younger age than what they should be.
Okay, I mean, I've got here one of the bikinis that's caused offence. Look at it, it's this one. It's the top particularly, people say. This is for a child aged 3 to 4, and it's got little bottoms here. Other ones on the market, you might say a little bit more sporty. You've got this one. That's age, what's that age? 4 years, that one. I don't know, what do you think of that? And then this one here, I guess you could say that's more like a little vest, little low vest. I don't know. That's age 2 to 3, though. Would you feel comfortable, Katrina, if your little one wore that?
I am with Rebecca in terms of the triangle style, because I think that is trying to look sexy, whereas you've got ones here that are the crop top kind of style.
They're tankinis.
Yes, well, tankinis, the crop top kind of style. I just think my children personally, they pick clothes based on what patterns they like. It doesn't matter if it's a swimsuit or a bikini. And really, a tiny bit of their belly showing, how is that sexualising a child? What is sexy about a belly button?
How is that different to that?
But what I would say is you have to have a warped mind and be a bit of a sicko to think that you're sexualising children by just showing their belly button.
But unfortunately, that's what we live in. And it's a known fact, you know, I know factually that paedophiles hang around most of the time in swim parks.
So what do you expect people to wear? Wetsuits, go back to the Victorian times?
No, but a full swimsuit is something that you can have some slight control over. You can't actually have multiple control over bikinis and things like that.
But boys go around in shorts, so how is it acceptable for a boy to wear shorts,
isn't it, round there?
But it's not okay for a girl? Social media and things are making people body conscious. Why not allow children to wear whatever they want to wear so that they're confident in their bodies?
See, my son would rather be naked on the beach. He's only 5. He'd rather not be wearing anything. Do you know what I mean?
It's easier as well.
No, it's not easier.
If they're in nappies, it's easier to change them when you pop to the loo and things.
That's absolute nonsense, because a swimsuit is so much easier as well. You just pull it to the side, that's it. Also, if you're changing your child on a beach, that is completely
Well, I would take them to the loo, so that's not something I would do.
Well, so then what's the problem in pulling down a full swimsuit?
It's just quicker.
So is it really, in a way, about, you know, one of your objections about the fact that, you know, women wear bikinis because they're covering up breasts?
Yeah.
And so, therefore, it's sort of associating with something grown up, and you're making them, in a way, look more grown up. Is that
because there's nothing to cover at that
but
age,
children
is there,
want to
this
look
age?
like their mums. Lots of stores are doing mini versions of dresses. I think, OK, if they're dressing like they're going on a night out, that's not acceptable. But it's cute. Kids want to be like their mum. And
but you don't have to let them, I think, is the argument.
But it's a choice.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, what y'all
Is it
think about
okay
that?
for children to wear bikinis?
Yes. Dane said your boy trying to get this degree real quick. I'm closer to my goal.
Yes. Proud of you,
Congrats.
Dame. Okay, you could be late. You get a pass.
Right.
Hall pass. Now, Cousin Let.
Cousin Les says, if you don't want your kid wearing it when she's 12 or 14, don't let them wear it when they're 2, 8, or 10. I believe that. I completely agree. But what do you guys think about the bathing suits or swimwear that they showed? Do you guys think that's appropriate for your baby? No bikini, a tankini is fine. What's a tankini?
Like where it's a full tank, like a tank top, but it's still 2-piece, but it covers your whole stomach.
Okay.
Sometimes that would be okay. And Gabe says, cover them up. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Gabe says, cover them up. And that was on Chi-Chi, who said, no bikini. A tankini is fine.
Yeah.
Poppy said, pedophiles. Yep. And Dame says, in a world that is overly perverted, times are different. The same way I would show modesty concerning my families, I'm not allowing my child's body to be on display in that way.
Right.
And then Gabe says, oh, what did they do? Laugh out loud. Stream down probably from that clip.
Really?
Huh?
They doing us like that?
Sorry, my finger slipped.
Wait,
the stream is down? What? They hating on us. Hold on.
Maybe not now.
Oh, are we back?
It is. No, it's down. They really doing us like that.
How'd they get us? Let's see. Stream suspended for policy violation. They said we done did it too many times.
Let's wait. Let's see if they come back.
Same. Okay.
I wonder did it say that last time? That's it.
Let's see. Are we? I wonder if Facebook's still up. Is Facebook still up? How long did that stay up last time? Yeah, I don't know.
We back.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Are we back? Are we back? Connection is crazy all over. Guys, we're back in there. Woo! Sorry, you two, for constantly breaking the rules. We thought that we could do it in a different way.
We trying to change lives, YouTube.
Yes, like, don't hold us down. All right, thank you,
That's
guys.
crazy.
Thank you for letting us know it went down, and thank you for letting us know that we're back in action. Okay. So I think you left off with asking, were those swimsuits that they showed appropriate?
Yes.
Did you guys think that?
Oh yeah, so that's what I was saying.
Okay.
The swimsuits that they showed.
Mhm.
Do you guys think that those are appropriate for a baby, like a
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think so.
up to what? Maybe that'll fit what 3-4-year-old maybe the
Yeah.
most. But yeah, do you guys think that that's appropriate? You say you don't think so?
No. And at first, like when I just thought about bikinis, I didn't think really any. Oh. Okay, we're back. I was like, the connection was doing something weird.
It's doing us dirty.
Yes. Okay. At first, I was like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, honestly, a body is a body. But yeah, we may not look at our child in a perverted manner, but there are other people, if we're at a public pool or, different, a beach and things of that nature, where people could look at your child in a
Right.
perverted manner. And I am a big person on, well, listen, it's not what I can't control what they do. I'm still going to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
However, I still wouldn't want to put my child at like extra risk.
Right.
So I'm not going to lay out my ring on a beach towel and just leave it there and go swimming and be like, oh, well, no one should take it,
That's true.
Because it's like, yeah, they shouldn't take it. But unfortunately, I can't control that person.
Right.
And they could take my ring and we would have a problem.
Yeah, you have your good people that's just gonna walk by it and say that's not mine.
Exactly.
Obviously it's somebody's that's here, but then you got your people that's
Who would just take it?
they're enticed by taking stuff and coming up or
Right.
whatever the case may be.
So I'm not going to feed into that temptation and just leave my ring there or put my child in a bikini where, there are people
Right,
out there
right.
with bad intent. Now, I'm not going to just not take my child to the beach
Right.
or to a public pool, but I'm going to make sure that they are covered and, less
Yeah. And I mean,
showy. I guess.
somebody looking for something like that, that's the only places they could be.
Right.
Is the internet, a public pool,
Mhm.
or the beach.
Yeah.
That's where they're gonna
Parks,
find
different places.
finding the kid dressed like that.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
nowadays
yeah.
too, children actually wear like 2 pieces. Oh, mommy's calling. Hold on. Excuse me, guys. Hello. Yeah. Oh, we're still not on? They said we were back. What if you fast forward? Can you guys see us?
Yeah, it says we good. I'm looking at you on the phone.
Oh no, Saquon got us. Ma, you probably have to fast forward. All right, love you. Later. My mom is looking out for us. Okay. But yeah, so public pool. Cousin Let is not for the public pool.
Yeah.
Just going in general because people are nasty.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
They are.
You say that now, but back in the day, the public pool all day.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Funny, you as you get older, you become more aware of like the germs and the nastiness of this world. We were just talking about that a few weeks ago.
The beach wasn't even. It's not the same to me anymore.
No. Remember we were talking about like just jumping into a lake or catching frogs and like just doing certain things. It was probably months ago. When you were young, like you just had a different level of fear or lack thereof.
Or disgust to things,
yeah.
you know.
But now it's like I don't want to touch that, or I'm not just gonna jump in a lake with like you just think about what's in there.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Even like the beach thing though. We didn't experience a few beaches now, so now it's like if you take us to this beach that got some dark water, we might not really get in like that. We might let it get in our feet or something like that, but
we're not submerging.
Right.
But yeah, so back to the bikini thing or the bathing suit. Yeah, I definitely think a tankini is fine. It's still a two-piece, but it's still covered. I do. Okay, so I know when we have children, I'm going to have us all in matching outfits. However, I don't think like even if I have a bikini, they have one pieces for my child. You know, like you don't have to like, your child's going to want to look like the mom or, you know, do the things that you do. And you can do it in still an appropriate way to where they don't have to wear exactly what you're wearing.
Everybody, I'll be like, everybody going to look unique today. I got on my own boxers. I don't look like mom. And maybe my son might have something that's unique to him too. You get what I'm saying?
What if y'all have the same exact boxers?
We might have,
or not boxers.
I don't even
trunks.
know why I'm calling them boxers, but trunks. We might have the same type of trunks, but you know, I now I'm thinking about it. I guess with a boy is more basic though.
Mm-hmm. But either way, it's the pattern that really makes a difference. Like that needs to match. So, but so I think you can do it in an appropriate way to where you don't have to have your child, you know, exposed. And some children, like just like some adults don't wear things that are always flattering for them. They're like body size and shape, and you know, like you got people who wear those tight short shorts and just have their cheeks out and things like that. Like that's not necessarily flattering. Like you don't want to do that to a child either. Like they have outfits where the little babies just got their little big bellies out. You know?
Yeah, that don't even make sense.
For what?
When people do that, it's just like your clothes don't fit.
Yeah. And I wonder too if like the people who feel like bikinis are okay would be like, because you know the styles of bikinis are changing over time. Now you got the thong bikinis, and you got the bikinis that barely cover the front of a woman.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like, well, what if they start making swimwear like that for children? Are you going to say that's acceptable because they're, you know, trying to look like
it's a replica?
Yeah.
Poppy said pedophiles use the children's catalog like a Playboy magazine. They get turned on by kids dressed like adults. Yeah. I always kept that in the back of my mind when I chose clothes for my daughters when they were growing up.
Yeah. And a lot of, you see that a lot actually, where not even bathing suits, but just clothing where they try to make the child look like a mini adult.
Yeah. That's called playing dress up. You could play dress up at home and that's it.
No, but it's not just playing dress up how they do it. Like they actually have their child going out like that.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. But it's to kind of match them kind of in a way, right?
I don't know if they're trying to match them
or they just got them looking
cute.
grown.
Yeah. I mean, they look cute, but it's like they look grown.
Right.
So it's still not really appropriate. Like they're just doing
I've seen it on little boys though too. Like how people dress their sons and stuff. I've seen it. Where they look like a grown man.
Like a little grown man.
Yeah. You seen like the kid that said, "I'm the daddy." You see how he has pants with his boots on and everything.
In his diaper. That's not cute. That was not cute one bit.
Right. But even so, as far as bikinis, while we on this topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about adults with dong bikinis, right? Do you think that it's the most appropriate thing at all? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to being in public,
even as an adult,
yes. Do you guys think that, obviously adult women should just be out with their cheeks, at the beach, where there's kids and families at, is that necessarily appropriate? What do you think?
I don't think so. I think it's like it can be a bit much.
Yeah.
Like I just don't understand the point behind like having your bathing suit up your behind. Like I just feel like it's a bit much. Like, okay, well, I can get the point if you're trying to give off a certain image.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably would only do that like on a private island, with you. But I wouldn't just go on a public beach doing that. But then again, you got people who go to nude beaches. So there's some people who just are exposing their body. Like, they just want to expose their body to the world, I guess.
Right. Cousin Les says, I think America makes a big deal about stuff that is nothing in other countries or cultures.
Can you explain a little bit more, Cousin Let? I do think certain things are cultural, though. Because I do think, like, not even dress-wise, but, like, overseas, drinking alcohol before the age of 21 in some countries is not a big deal. Or smoking hookah is actually, a very big social thing in certain countries. So I do think it depends on where you live, what things are deemed acceptable and what things aren't. But yeah, I mean, it comes also down just to preference and wanting like the best for your child and protecting your child as far as caring how they're dressed.
Well, I'm talking about like just
adults.
Yeah, the adults being dressed like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what she's referring to. Yes. Aunt Chichi says, right, Letty. Right, Letty. It's a body. At the end of the day, we all have one. Cousin Les says, talking about adults being half naked on the beach is no big deal in most places.
Yeah. I don't think it's a big deal. But I think in the same way where in America, how it's hypersexualized, I think in other countries it is as well. The men still have their thoughts the same way they do here.
Yeah, and I don't hear any conversation about it here. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a big deal either.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying for you guys, would you wear for you too, Aunt Chichi and Cousin Let? Do you guys just feel comfortable wearing just a thong bikini out on the beach? If you out with your family, do you wear the thong bikini, or do you wait for a time where it's you and your husband, where it's just more so adults? Or I mean, even then, if you go to a public beach, there's other kids around. So do it even matter? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that conversation becomes like. It's like I can see the other side's argument because then I think about breastfeeding. Breastfeeding in public and how some people make you feel like you need to have it covered. But at the end of the day, you're feeding your child.
No, and I fully get that. I fully get it. I mean, I'm just saying, like, and I guess it would be, I guess on society, what society may have put in my head. Because Cousin Les says, no, because society had taught me to be ashamed of my body type. Okay.
So do you feel like if you were confident in your body type, that's how you would want to display yourself?
True. But she backed it up and said, plus that is uncomfortable.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I don't like yeast infections either. Like that is just,
there you go.
That's another thing. It's just like, it's not, I don't really think we're made to have things tight up our behinds.
But I guess I get that. But I guess if you felt comfortable with your body type though, and cause I really don't think that necessarily, it is a society thing, but if you want to wear what you want to wear, you
You're gonna wear what you want to wear.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think I would be like offended if I seen that, or feel like, oh, I have to block my child's eyes if like someone just walks by like that. Even though children are going to be
yeah, especially
like
especially a child at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? A boy around 14, 15, even
younger.
Maybe.
I've seen I forgot what it was.
It depends on what they worried about, but go ahead.
But it could just be shocking because they're not used to seeing people dressed like that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think
even a little girl can look at another woman and just be like, I was watching one of my travel blog videos, and they were in New York, and it was like, I don't know if it was a parade or something, but on the street, and a woman was wearing like a thong bathing suit. It was a one piece, and the little girl was looking like, what? Like her mom. So
is about shocking. But is it about how voluptuous this person is or not?
No, it's just the fact that she's walking around with her butt out.
Okay. Because the only reason why I say that is just I feel like when I was young, I don't think that I would have thought it was really wrong all the way, or I don't think it would have shocked me being at the beach. It just seeing it, I guess.
You would have been surprised because your mom, if your mom doesn't be dressed that way, and none of your siblings or your family members or anywhere you've been, you've seen that, and this is the first time you go to another place. And
it's gonna catch your attention. But it depends on the person too. I think because I feel like I've probably seen it before, right, and didn't think anything of it.
Oh no, you wouldn't know if you were young. Maybe in your older days, sure. Aunt Chichi says, I'm pretty modest generally. Don't mind nude beaches by myself or with hubby. Interesting. Different vibe at regular beaches. That's interesting. I mean, I guess, if you're all naked, the vibe is probably pretty different. Different. They're not even worried about each other.
No.
They're probably used to just it's
this is what we do.
Yeah. And that's how I look at bodies. It's like it's a body.
Right.
But I do understand that other people may look in a certain type of way and things of that nature. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would assume that at a nude beach, you'd be the weirdo coming there at the pedophile.
No, I'm sure they're probably in there somewhere.
Maybe I'm not gonna say they're not in there anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you really just outwardly just doing too much, I think.
Yeah. But. Interesting. Yeah, I do. I mean, America is different, and I think, any society is different, and we set different standards on what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. I do think, as parents, we would have a responsibility to try to protect our child and just make sure that we're not putting them out there in an inappropriate manner.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, back to the child. At your home, would you allow them to wear a bikini then?
At home?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because why? If I don't want you to do it outside, why are you gonna do it here either?
Because outside you're just worried about other people looking at them.
Yeah, but we don't need to set that example or break the whole ice with you doing it right now.
So just for their mindset, you would just keep it all
because I mean, maybe they could be mature enough and understand, oh, well, hey, my parents are only comfortable with me wearing this at home, so I'm only just going to wear it at the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you start pushing the line where if a picture is taken and the picture go out past that, and that's in public right there too.
Mm-hmm.
Or then, if they dislike it so much and now they start disliking the
one piece.
Yeah, pretty much. And every time you gotta take them to the beach now, you didn't let them wear the 2-piece when they was 10, and now they 13. You get what I'm saying? And they looking at other stuff, and probably their mind starting to change. And every time the family goes to the beach, they just got an attitude because they gotta wear their 1-piece. Nah, you gonna wear that 1-piece all the way through. Or the tankini.
Oh, Gabe said good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Was there anything else, hun, that you wanted to bring up with this topic?
Not that I could think of.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Anything you guys had to say more before we wrap it up? Actually, it's only been an hour and 15. We're doing good.
Or what else comes to mind for y'all? Anything else, any questions for anybody else, that you want to bring to the table? Why are you laughing? Because we got time. We got like 15 minutes.
What, hour 30 is our goal?
I mean, if you want to cut it, you think about cutting?
Yeah.
If nobody have
an hour.
Yeah. If nobody have anything to say.
Because of the audio.
Oh. Wait, what you mean?
Like
what you mean because of
audio? Streaming thing?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it only a certain amount per month?
Oh. She has some giggly juice. Yeah.
No. No, I didn't. How you gonna say yeah?
It seemed like it.
Can we
talk about coping with all the trauma porn lately? Huh?
Oh. Can you explain? With all the trauma porn lately. Huh. Yeah, cousin, can you please explain and then we can chat? We'll chat.
Trauma
we
porn.
Got 13 minutes.
Haven't heard about this one.
Yeah, me either. We would love to hear from the family how they are staying sane. Oh, is she just? Oh, okay. Everybody.
Oh, okay. I'm getting with this.
I'm catching what you're throwing.
Cause I was like trauma porn.
Yeah, I was like, that's new.
You watch trauma porn lit?
I don't know what type of fetish that is. No. No. We were just talking about, though, you guys couldn't hear us though because our sound was off.
Yeah.
I think it's so important for us to find positive outlets and just find peace of mind and detach from staying involved with everything. Like, it's good to be in the know and kind of know what's going on, but the message that it keeps sending is, I feel like, detrimental. So
yeah,
I think and even I guess if you see it, I think you just have to kind of remind yourself of your value, your worthiness, your love. It's sad to keep seeing our people end up in these situations, but this church put up a sign and it was like, Black people are scared because of everything that's going on. And I just feel like if we walk around with that fear, it's just going to be a detriment to us. Granted, yes, these things are a reality and these things are happening, but I just feel like we need not to speak it over our lives. And we should be conscious of what's going on, but we also have to be conscious of just who we are, how blessed we are, and pray for those who are, going through it. I don't know. I just feel like you have to be very protective of your peace right now.
Yeah.
Very, very protective of your peace, because there's a reason why they show these things in the news the way they show them. There's a reason why they keep showing, there's a Netflix, I think it was a movie that I just seen the trailer, and it was this guy who keeps waking up and he keeps going outside, and a cop is kind of like the George Floyd situation, kneeling on his neck over and over again. I'm guessing that's what happens in the movie. He keeps waking up and the same thing happens.
Yeah.
To keep feeding your spirit that, I just feel like is very detrimental. So we really have to just protect our space, protect our peace and our peace of mind, and not get so wrapped up into it. And don't let them speak certain words over us. Like, we are not scared people. We can breathe, like, we are powerful. And, unfortunately, yes, people are afraid of that, but we can't let that be our narrative. Mm-hmm. And I understand why we say these things and, why these phrases get brought up, but there's so much power in words. And I think we forget that when we're fighting for these causes. Let's see. Cousin Let says that she's trying to avoid it, but it's everywhere. Aunt Chichi said it's terrorism. And then Aunt Chichi also says, so true, child. Got to create our reality every minute. That's very true, because you just see it over and over again, and just different case after case of it,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I look at it like it's just be aware. I mean, I don't think you could create a new reality. It is the reality.
That's not your reality.
The possibility is my reality.
But that's not your reality.
Listen. Stop. You could say that all you want, but in this day and age, the possibility of something happening to me is always a reality. So I remain aware at all times, and I like to see how things play out, because I try to make sure that I don't handle myself a certain type of way for anything to happen to myself. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just aware, but I don't let it bother me. I'm just aware. Like, I'm the type of person that I like to dig. I like to investigate. I like to just view the inner workings of things. So, like, stuff with the cases and everything like that. I'm not about to sit there and watch that every day. That's not about to happen. Mm-hmm. But I'm not, the only reason why I'm not going to let it, I'm not going to sit there and watch it every day is because in the back of my mind, I feel like we know how this is going to go. You get what I'm saying? So there's no need for me to really like watch this every day, unless I wanted to be a lawyer or something like that. And I wanted to kind of dig and learn stuff. There's no reason for me to do it. I'm going to get it's going to come. The case is going to end anyway. And I'm going to find out what happens. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so that's how I kind of look at that. It's none of my business. And it's none of my business unless there are some more effects that come along with this. You get what I'm saying? And I do think that it's created, unfortunately, it's this created realm of things that is actually happening. You know what I mean is that we have all created this world in which we live. We have power to create something else. We do, but not in my mind, not just my own reality as people. And that's why we do this podcast too, for instance, so to create better things. As people, we could come together and create much better things. You know, it's not just sitting here thinking to ourselves that, you know, hey, we creating a better reality for ourselves.
But I think that is part of it, because just like this podcast, not everybody is on the same wavelength as us and the people here on this podcast. So we are starting the conversation, and that starts with our mind and us creating this reality. But hopefully other people will join and get on it. But if they don't, I mean, it still starts with you. You still have to create what's for you. You have the power of manifestation to create your reality. So I get what you're saying as far as like these things are possibilities. A lot of things are possibilities. Yeah. But I just feel like I feel like we've gotten to a point in our community where like people are so fearful. They're just like to the point where it's like it's truly affecting our physiology, where people see like a cop light or just see a cop, not even a cop light, and their whole body changes. Children start crying. Like we've really allowed other people to have so much power over us. Right. So that's why I say like that's not your reality, because it's a possibility, but like you said, you're going to handle yourself the best way that you can. And God forbid, even if like, even if a person, I'm not even speaking over you, but even if a person did everything right, that doesn't mean that it can't end badly.
True.
So you just have to go out knowing who you are, what you're doing, the energy you're putting out there, and knowing that that's not your intent is to do anything crazy.
No, I mean, I know that. That's what I'm saying. I don't move just thinking like that. But I know that I'm not about to be out here speeding and doing extra stuff to get pulled over or doing whatever or acting belligerent. I just know that I'm not doing those things ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't unless I know I'm speeding or something like that, or, doing a bit, then cop lights might get me. But but other than that, cop lights don't bother me. I know that if I see a cop light, I might look down just to make sure that I'm good. But just to confirm that I'm not speeding. But after I know I'm not speeding, I don't care what they're doing. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? I know it's not for me. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So that don't really bother me. Like I said, I'm just aware that these people, we on a different time. We on a complete different time. It's just these people got an agenda that I don't have, and I'm not aware of your agenda. And when you want to implement things at all, I'm not aware. Mm-hmm. Just like as if someone out of the country chose to attack America, mm-hmm. I'm not aware of your agenda. Mm-hmm. So you understand what I'm saying? And now I'm paying taxes to make sure that this military protect me. Yeah,
but I'm not gonna walk around in fear either.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna walk around worrying about when this is gonna happen to me or if, because then you also bring that attention to you.
See, but that's because people feel as the military is not in your face and they don't govern you. So it's just different. It's you have the security because they stopping other people. These people like the people that's killing us are intertwined within us. They supposed to be protecting us, mm-hmm. but they doing stuff to us.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand it. I understand it. I just refuse to be a victim. I refuse to claim that as my reality, and I do. I do believe as a people, we should be united. And I think there's so much power in our, unity. I do believe that. And I do believe we have to be the change that we want to see in the world. I also agree with that. So I get it. But I just feel like we need to walk with a different mindset.
Nah, we need more than the mindset. We need a new system. We need something built. We need something real. We need something different. Because it's like when you listen to the stuff in that case and the guys and these people saying, not the people, but where it started from, the store, the kids saying y'all, he probably wish he would have never even called the cops for a situation where he should be able to call the cops.
It's kind of dramatic over a $20 bill. But yeah.
What you mean?
You call the cops because someone gave you a fake 20?
That's stealing. Right?
You can't just get back what they gave you?
What do you mean you just can't get back what they gave you?
I don't know the whole case, but
that's not his job. That's not his job. And if you go to a place like waitresses at restaurants and everything like that,
if they get a fake bill, they're supposed to call. That's protocol.
Not call, but they could get in trouble for it because they accepting the money and they mess up their numbers and everything like that. So yeah, I'm not about to take the heat. We're not about to take the rap for this when you're doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing. If you gave me counterfeit money, that's illegal. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So who else handles stuff that's illegal? Mm-hmm. The cops. Mm-hmm. So he did his job, but the cops didn't do their job.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Okay. Oh, did we read this?
Yeah. I think so. But Chichi said, what I mean is that we all created this world in which we live. We have the power to create something else. We must. Damien said, the conviction behind your statement, brother, just made me want to march seriously. Chichi said, that's what they want. That's why it's terrorism. Cousin Les said, it's hard to find peace and joy when being bombarded. Yes, what Shar is saying, it's so hard, though, not to have it heavy on your heart and your mind. And Chichi says, we have to refuse to be victims, even while being victimized. It's imperative.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess there's no really right or wrong Like, this is a situation we've been dealing with for so many years.
Yeah.
So it's like, at some point, enough's gonna be enough.
Yeah, you know, it's
That's
crazy.
all I'm gonna say. Like, at some point, enough's gonna be enough, and I think we're kind of getting to that breaking point.
Until, unfortunately, and I even hate to talk like this, right? Until another country step in and do something, right? Drastic, it's not going to change. Because I look at it, I've always viewed it as this. How does it look like with the kids rebelling against the parents in the house? So the parents paid for this house, worked hard for this house, did whatever it is in their mind that they had to do to build this house, right? You may not even be aware of everything or whatever it was on their mind. You know what I'm saying? But now the kids in the house trying to rebel against the parents.
I wouldn't say they work that hard, but
I'm just saying that's what it is. You get what I'm saying? The kids is rebelling against whatever system that the parents have put in place.
Yeah, but I think it's still needed because at the end of the day, that's how change happens. So I don't think you just sit and be dormant either.
No, that's true. That's true. But what happens? What?
I mean, it's going to be a fight back. It's going to be resistance.
Exactly. It's always going to be resistance, and it never is going to be even because the parents are always some type of more authority or stronger than the children. It doesn't stop until a third party come in and help the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's deep.
Yeah, it's deep, but that's how I view it. That's just what I see it as.
Yeah. Well, now I'm just saying the whole conversation is deep.
Yeah, it's a heavy conversation.
Yeah, it is hard. You know, as compassionate people, I feel like we are a compassionate group of people.
Right. So
we can feel pain of others and, you know, have a heavy heart when we see these things continuously happen. So I guess we have to really stay prayed up and, you know, try to stay as positive as possible and, you know.
It's so good. Cousin Lester, I didn't mean for the convo to get this heavy. Just looking for what everyone is doing to keep their own peace of mind.
Yeah.
Nah, and I get it. It's just, you know, obviously it's kind of hard to not get heavy with that type of conversation sometimes.
Yeah, these are people's lives. These are our lives. Like, it's not, you know, it's nothing lighthearted about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a conversation that I'm glad you brought up because it needs to be had. It's reality of things that are going on right now in our lives.
Change the channel. That's all I could say is change the channel, go find something else. Like, it's okay to ignore it.
Yeah, and I do think you just need those outlets. So Cousin Let says TikTok.
Nah. Oh, you didn't read the whole thing?
What?
Oh, she said TikTok was my happy place just to laugh at.
I was just about to read it.
Oh, I know.
Go ahead.
Just to laugh at stupid, but it's flooded now with that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. But yeah, sometimes you just, because YouTube's like that. You get what I'm saying? We go on YouTube and then you start seeing it all like all over our
yeah, but I don't
page.
click on those videos.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna click on it.
Yeah. So I just think we need outlets and probably get off of our electronics, get off of social media, go outside, be in nature. Just do things like be with your family, like do things, you know, TikTok probably did like have some funny things and make you laugh and stuff, but like just start doing things outside of where you know that will pop up. And, you know, just I think focusing on the positive and what you're grateful for, the blessings that we all have, that's the biggest thing that I do. I try to focus on like I'm so grateful. Like we all have health in life and we have a roof over our head. We are so blessed.
Yeah.
So I try to keep my mind on that and knowing that, you know, what God has for us is for us.
Right. And just
go ahead.
And just have some other goals for yourself. I mean, that keep your mind
different focus.
Yeah, off that. You know, for me, it's school. You know, I'm trying to graduate, so I'm going through everything. No, not trying to. I'm going to be graduating, but I'm trying to stay. I am staying focused within my classes. You know, so that take up my time. Just spending time with her, obviously, that taking my time, making sure that we back here every week on the podcast, you know, making sure that we get clips that take time.
Yeah.
So we have our focus. We're focused on goals every week. So that's enough to keep our minds off of that.
Yeah. And then we know what we're doing it for. So we want success and we want optimal health, wealth, financially, physically, mentally, spiritually. And it's not just for us. Like we want to be able to share it with other people, family, friends, loved ones, those in need. We're working on building so that we can do more and be, you know, that change that we want to see and help other people.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I've been focused on cryptocurrency. I feel you.
Yes, sir. Also, that's a good focus.
It is a good focus. You had to be.
Crypto has been doing really well.
Very well.
Yeah. So just different things like that. But yeah, well, we love you guys and we appreciate you all.
Yes. And if, you know, since he brought it up, right? If you don't have any crypto, get some.
This is not financial advice.
This is not any.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, there is a lot of risk in investing and things like that.
Yes.
You could lose money, you could make money, but
it's definitely worth looking into.
Yes.
And investing, period. Whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in cryptocurrency, like it's very imperative that we gain that knowledge and that we start investing for ourselves, for our children, for our futures.
Remember like cell phones. Remember when cell phones came around and then jobs started giving people cell phones and everything? So like institutions started like, you don't remember when jobs would give you like...
I never got a cell phone for my job.
No, you didn't get to that level yet in life.
Neither did you.
I didn't either. I'm just saying.
Wait,
that
what job gives you cell phone?
Irvin job had a cell phone. People had cell phones for work.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying, once things like that started happening, you know, back in the day, where you got a company phone and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When that starts to happen, then and these institutions get into everything, it's here to stay.
And the institutions, just to let y'all know, are into cryptocurrency.
Yes.
So, and China, just in case y'all didn't know, they already have created their own digital currency that they're thinking about going live during the Olympics. The Olympics.
They might be, or
possibly.
They said this?
Possibly. When all these countries are coming together. So, digital currency is something to look into.
Yes.
Let's see.
Condoleezza, I did get one from work before. So did my husband. Yeah, it was a thing.
Oh man, yeah. Well, you said back in the day.
Well, I'm saying like because I'm pretty sure that and I'm not trying to point out age, but some of our viewers should know like when cell phone, like going from pagers to cell phones.
That's what I was thinking, pagers to cell phones. But you said cell phones, and you asked me if I knew if I remember when jobs were doing it, like I was in the workforce.
Not if you remember, but you know it had to happen. You get what I'm saying?
I definitely remember the switch from pagers to cell phones, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't even think that was a possibility.
Right.
So yes.
But yeah, so it's really about to go up from there, I think.
You can say, yeah, you think.
Yeah, I do think it's gonna go up from there. And I think
likely.
Yeah, it's highly likely that it'll go up from here. So if you guys just, you know, want some long-term money, laugh out loud, y'all had pages.
My older sister had a pager.
I didn't have a pager.
I had the fake pager with the gum in it. Do you guys remember those? And they had like it was like the pagers, but it had like the sticks of gum in it.
Yeah.
Or you have, I think they had the cell phones.
I'm old enough to remember working pages though.
Me too. She had one, and so when Mom was at work, she had the pager at the house.
Really?
And it stayed in the kitchen.
That's crazy. But yeah, so I remember them back then.
And we even had, it was a crystal phone, the one where you put your finger in and you do the
yeah. Look at Dogecoin up.
I know, my little brother
1700%.
Andre, He has Doge, and he kept telling me to buy it too. I haven't gotten it. Saquon has crypto, so we have crypto.
Yeah, but I don't have Doge. I had some Doge, but I let that go. I was like, this not my thing.
But Elon seems to love it, so.
Yeah, but I he got to be part of that or something. He has to. It got to be something. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's up. Yes. So, guys, fun fact. Tesla, they're coming out with, so you already know, like, they kind of have like the self-driving cars. Well, they're trying to make it so where in the future, basically, you can have an app on your phone and you can have your car while you're in the house relaxing. You can have your car be like rideshare. And so it's like you'll have the app, and whoever wants to, use your car to get from point A to point B will have the app. And your car will just go pick them up without you, drop them off at their location, and, go back home. So a lot of things are changing. Electric vehicles are another thing.
Yes. And that's not good. That's still not good. There you go. Oh man. And that gotta be safe, because they wouldn't do a whole network like that if they don't have they backups and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So of course that would have to wait until like autonomous cars are allowed on the road. But Biden,
I want to experience it because they already have the ability to kind of do
self-drive.
it.
Yeah. But Biden, with his infrastructure plan, he's very big on electric vehicles. And I'm sure soon autonomous vehicles are going to be a thing. They already are trying to do electric electric.
They already have them.
Air taxis.
Oh, the flying taxis.
Yes.
Yes.
So times are changing
fast.
And
CNBC was just talking about the vertical they like, I forget what they call them, but they basically planes. They basically planes.
Oh, the EV. It was electric vertical aviation or something like that.
Right, and it's for like 4 or 5 people, like a car.
Yeah. Oh, so it doesn't have to go like on a runway.
No,
it can just
go straight up.
Yes, but all right. Good night, Aunt Chi-Chi. We're about to keep going. Good night, you guys.
Good night, everybody.
All. Have a wonderful night.
Love y'all. Talk to y'all later.
Yes.
Deuces.